The final full moon of 2020 will have you craving change in the new year. The emotional final full moon of 2020, the cold moon, will have you in your feelings and aching to shake things up. With a new year symbolizing new hope just around the corner, this last week of 2020, which has undoubtedly been one of the most challenging years ever, feels like a time to enjoy the wintry darkness and quiet, to hibernate, to slow down, and yes, to steel yourself. But the astrology of the moment is a bit more action-packed than you might expect for this generally sleepy week. On Tuesday, December 29th, at 10:28 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:28 p.m. PT exactly, a full moon will occur in the cardinal water sign Cancer. Here's what it means and how you can make the most of this heartfelt change-bringing astrological event. What full moons mean. First, a little background on the significance of full moons in general. The point at which the moon is at its most full and most luminous every month has proven inspiring to many cultures. It's a time that's considered ideal for cleansing your crystals and recharging them. And in astrology, because the moon is tied to your emotional compass, intuition, and sense of security, it tends to throw you into the deep end of all those things when it's full. The traditional buzz about full moons is that they make people crazy, and sure, lunacy, from the Latin luna, meaning moon, can occur around them, but the root cause of that craziness is often the release of pent-up, intense emotion. Whenever you notice more road rage or eyebrow-raising behavior around a full moon, consider how it might be the result of people projecting their stress, pain, trauma, and a gazillion other tough emotions onto others, or inwardly hurting themselves, rather than looking at and dealing with difficult feelings head-on. Full moons also mark culmination points in astrology. Whatever narrative in your life is being summed up during a full moon often began around the new moon in the same sign. Reminder: a new moon is essentially the opposite of a full moon when it's not being illuminated by the sun from our viewpoint on Earth and appears totally dark. So, for instance, this upcoming December 29 full moon in Cancer is linked to the June 21 new moon and solar eclipse that was also in Cancer. Given the intensity of a full moon and the way it can urge you to face deep-rooted emotions and cross a finish line of some sort, for better or worse, they're ideal for opening yourself up to reflection and inner work. While new moons are suited to intention setting, full moons offer you a chance to look back and be in the moment versus plow ahead. After all, once you've gone through the process of releasing emotional baggage you have no use for, you'll only feel lighter and more capable of building momentum. Themes of this Cancer full moon: water sign Cancer, symbolized by the crab, is ruled by the emotional, intuitive, maternal moon and rules the fourth house of home, family, and security. Sentimental, sensitive, and endlessly dedicated to their loved ones, Cancers default to caring for others before themselves, and when they hit a wall, they'll turn inward and go into whatever they deem their cozy, safe zone, just like, yep, a crab. That said, this full moon could have us feeling the weight of emotions that have piled up over months, perhaps even years, and coping by gravitating to the creature comforts, people, and habits that make us feel most secure. Related. What moon sign compatibility can tell you about a relationship. This particular full moon is also referred to as the cold moon, a Mohawk name for the moon, according to the Old Farmer's Almanac, which speaks to the chilly temperatures that generally accompany this time of year. It's a reminder that it's completely normal to seek warmth, support, safety, security, and comfort, all Cancerian themes, more than ever right now, and this moon is a perfect opportunity to voice your desires around those themes. It's also possible whatever you're processing during this full moon has its roots in reflections or realizations that first popped up around June 21. Back on the summer solstice, when the solar eclipse fell in Cancer, chances are you were swimming through a lot of emotions, some that were tough to even put your finger on. But over the next 6 months, you've been exploring and gaining clarity on those feelings. Given the homebody nature of Cancer, it's possible these emotions have been related to fostering a sense of security, navigating relationships with loved ones, or rethinking how, where, and with whom you want to feather your nest. Now, 6 months later, it's the culmination point of that cycle, and this full moon could bring on some rather game-changing realizations and decisions.